episode, we're going to go a little bit deeper today about your story. Your story is so important. And what I want you to hear me say is it does not matter about what haters think, about what family members you may feel like, man, Faye, my story may expose people in a way or it may make them look a certain way. But you got to understand that it's bigger than that. I want you to hear me. I want you to say this and type this in the comments. My story is bigger than whatever drama may try to come, whatever limiting thinking that's going to show up and try to make you be quiet, whatever imposter syndromes is going to show up and tell you that you're a fake or you're a phony. Your story is designed, and God gave it to you specifically so that you can help free others. And I'm telling you right here, right now, that you must be obedient to do what God's called you to do in this hour. And it don't matter how exaggerated you may feel like, man, my story is so extra, or my story don't mean that much, or who can really learn from me. Everyone has something they've walked through, some transformation is taking form and taking place in your life, and you need to make sure that you push through. And so I want to be clear. Even if nobody cares about your story, you still must tell it because there's somebody on the other side that's waiting for you to speak. And so I'm Faye, the coach's coach, and I am here to help you turn your expertise into a profitable coaching business. And so today we're going to jump into the next part of your story, how to build your story out. This is publishing as positioning. A lot of times you don't feel worthy to write your book, or you want to write a book and you just basically want to tell people a sob story. I'm here today to tell you don't do that, okay? Now, here's where people get stuck as part of publishing. They think publishing only means writing a 300-page book and getting it on Amazon, but it's deeper than that, okay? That is not the case. It's so much deeper than that. Publishing not only makes you an instant authority in your industry or in your specific niche, it also gives you that credibility. And to be able to partner with these huge companies, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, to be able to partner with these big companies is a gift. It is a gift. There's been no other time where big companies have basically begged small creators and people with a small following to partner with them. And so right now, you need to take full advantage of this, okay? Y'all, the sun is going down. That's pretty awesome. All right. And so let's keep this thing moving. Okay, so publishing in any form is putting your story out there in a way that positions you as an authority. Okay, that's why it's so important for you to get past your limiting thinking, your limited thinking. I know you may feel like, man, Faith, what if nobody don't read it? What if people make fun of me? What if it embarrassed somebody that I love? What if they reject me? What if nobody buy it? You see what I'm saying? All these thoughts will begin to overwhelm you, but you got to get to a point where you like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. If you want to be a coach, right now is your time. There's never going to be a better time to jump into the coaching industry. And I know it may seem like it's oversaturated, but that's a lie. Okay, that's a lie. All right. And so when you publish, write this down. Giving y'all free game right here. Okay. When you publish, you can do this in a book. A book form is very powerful, but it's not the only way, okay? You can do this in an ebook or a downloadable guide, like a PDF or a checklist. This can be done in a blog. If you love to write and you want to just check in with people daily and put a blog out there, your publications can go far. And I would advise you, here's a little trick to go public, go drop your blog and your articles through LinkedIn. That's where a lot of the big boys sit, okay? Next, it could be social media storytelling series and posts. I always tell people get fit every day. Every day, get fit. What am I saying? Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Every day. And then you take that content and just repurpose it over in YouTube Shorts. That's literally how the game goes. You can do a workbook, a devotional, a journal. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. The act of publishing is about being visible. Visibility creates credibility, which creates authority, which creates the like, know, and trust in order for people to buy your program. I want you to write that down, okay? And so what's visible to the mind and the heart? What's invisible to the mind and the heart? and make it visible to the world. So your story right now, most people might, you may have a small following. It may be like, man, nobody really cares. Do they really even care? Listen to me. There's somebody waiting for you to speak your truth and to tell your story. It may seem like nobody cares. And what's the point? The point is that one day you got to give an account for the gifts, talents, abilities that God's given you. If God's given you a transformation through your story, through your life, and because you're embarrassed for whatever reason, or you got this limited thinking, or you got imposter syndrome, or whatever that thing is, I'm telling you, you will have to give an account and you will regret if you don't take this step today. And so I'm here encouraging you, take the step. What's the worst that can happen by creating a video and posting on Facebook? It's free. It is free. That's no excuse, okay? And so you got to understand that when you publish, you are saying, I've been through this. I've learned, I have value, and I can help you. That's the point of you posting. It's not to ramble about, oh my God, I've been through this and I've been through the storm and the rain and the struggle. Listen, nobody cares. Nobody buys, remember, no one buys information. We buy transformation. And so how you tell your story is based out of empowerment. Okay? What did you learn? What did you gain? How can you help me? You gotta understand, people don't care about you as much as you care about you. And if you're honest, you don't care about them as much as you care about you too. We all shallow. We love to help people, but we want to help you when it helps us, okay? And granted, we're trying to be more kind and be more Christ-like, and I pray that for you. But you got to understand, no one wants to hear another sob story. They got one of their own. And so when you are publishing and putting yourself out there, when you're in the publication process, when you're making yourself go from invisible to visible, it's about them. How does my story help them? Okay. And so what I want you to understand is when you put yourself out there, that is your authority flag. You are making a bold stance that I have an authority over this. And people will follow. Some people will hate, but some will be like, wow, thank you so much for sharing. I can relate to you. And they'll follow you for a while, and sometimes for a short while, and eventually will buy from you, okay? And so without publishing, you will stay hidden. And I know we got the smart devices and we got all this stuff, and you feel like writing something or a book, maybe it's not that important, but I'm telling you, people who read your articles and read your books, they have spent more time with you than a lot of people who just kind of scroll on your TikTok or your social media accounts. And so what I want you to do is take the step, write a book, write an ebook, post a blog series. Like, just try it. Try it. It won't even take you that long. You can partner with AI. Okay, now don't be lazy with AI. Partner with AI, meaning train it how to think like you think. Don't allow it just to write your content, because then you're about to be plagiarizing and you about to go to jail. Okay, I'm just playing. And so a hidden coach doesn't get clients. A silent coach, I don't care what you know. If you don't speak up and tell people, you will stay silent. You will stay limited in your capacity. You will not be able to help anybody. And you may have the holy grail as it relates to your expertise. But how will they know unless one preaches? That's in the Bible. The same goes for business. How will they know that there's hope unless you open your mouth and you tell them there is hope for you? There is hope for you, man. There is hope for you, woman. And you package it in a way where they feel seen, they feel heard, because you've been through whatever you had to get through your get through. You've been through it, right? And so you take what you've been through, package it in a way where they're gonna be like, dang, she's speaking my language. Oh my God, you've been through that. Ooh. And you put the personality in it. You want to put your oil on it, put your anointing on it. Don't be lame, okay? Don't come behind a camera and freeze up. All right? When you get behind a camera, you begin to speak in passion. And how are you able to have that passion and do it in a way where it's not corny or not robotic? Is you speak your truth. That's why it's so important to get over that imposter syndrome and that scarcity mindset and those limiting beliefs. How do you get past those? Reading books, seminars, joining communities, logging into this. Let me talk to you. Let me help you real quick, okay? Because Some of y'all have the key to someone else's future. The key to someone else's future is in your mouth, it's in your hands. And you sitting back talking about, oh, but it's just this. Oh, I've only been through this. I've only been through a divorce. I've only been through a breakup. I've only learned how to be an engineer. I've only went to college and got all these scholarships. I've only helped 10 people get their GED because I've learned how to do community development. I could go on and on. I only know how to play the guitar. I only know how to play the piano. Listen. You got the answers. You are the value. But if you don't believe in yourself, and how do you know you believe in yourself is faith without works is dead. Meaning, how do you know is you activated by, I need you to write me an ebook tonight. I need you to write a blog post tonight. I need you to start moving forward. Do a reel. Like, get on your phone and record something. Just like I'm talking to you right now. And I'm like, listen, it don't have to be perfect, but it got to get done. Period. Okay? And so you got to understand, you cannot stay hidden in this hour. It's time for you to stand up and move forward. And so your story holds the power to create someone else's life change and also to create trust. Now, let's be real. Coaching is a trust business. You need people to know you, like you, and trust you in order to opt into your program. And so people do not buy just a course because it's a course. They don't buy a call. They don't buy a program. They're buying you. And this is why it's so important for you to tell your story and tell it as many times as you need to tell it. And don't be afraid or ashamed of what you've gone through. Don't be afraid to tell people the truth. It don't matter who it may embarrass or shame, because it's not about them. It's bigger than them. You trying to not share your story because you want to make other people comfortable. That's not helping you or nobody else. Did you hear me? That's only sabotaging what God's called you to do. And it's time to get free, woman of God, man of God. Time to get free from that. Get free from those people-pleasing mentalities, those imposter syndrome. Get free, okay? Because your story is the key to someone else's breakthrough. And the only way you're going to build trust is through telling your story, okay? And so you are the person, you are literally the value people are buying. They're not buying your course to buy your course. They're not buying your program just because it's cute. They're not even buying your book just because it's a nice book. They're buying you. They're buying you, okay? And so a trust is built when you open the door and you say, I've been through this too. Like, you know how many people reached out to me when I overcame being a homeless single mom? And now I'm a married woman of 5 kids now. I get people reaching out to me all the time. Faye, how the heck did you go from being a homeless single mom to successful single mom? And then you made the switch to being a homemaker to now a homemaker entrepreneur. I sat my butt down. I figured out what the story was. What did I do? How many steps did it take? Okay. And I packaged it in a way where people can trust me. People can understand because I speak their language. They can understand. She knows what she's talking about because she's spitting some knowledge. Okay. And it's time for you to do that. It's time for you to be open and be vulnerable. So publishing does 3 things for trust building. People only buy from who they know, like, and trust. Okay. It shows vulnerability. Number 1. It shows your humanity. It shows that you're just not this perfect, polished guru. It shows the wounds, the scars. I survived, baby. And if I can make it through this test, so can you. That's what it shows. And you got to understand that sometimes you got to be willing to be raw and be vulnerable and be transparent. Let them see you. And that's literally how I built my life. I built my life off vulnerability, off I'm going to show you what I've been through. I can yap and talk all day, but you need to see this thing for what it is. That's how you get the transformation and the trust and the profits, okay? A lot of times we want to skip to like, I need money, I got bills. No. Focus on them first. Be vulnerable. Be transparent. And I'm telling you, them people going to be like, hey, okay? And then 2, what publishing does is it shows your victory. It shows that you're just not another person online crying about what you've been through. It's time to get up. I know you may be crying over that spilled milk. I know it may have sucked, whatever you walk through. But guess what? You can get up and go pour it in a glass, okay? There's more milk in the fridge. You hear what I'm saying? So stop crying over spilled and spoiled milk and get up and pour another glass and show that I can overcome this. You see what I'm saying? And so you've been through it, but you didn't stay in it. You are not still at the scene of the accident or whatever trauma, tragedy, or terrible thing that happened to you. You overcome. You are exactly where you need to be. It's by the grace of God. And use the lessons that you've learned to help somebody else. And when you're helping other people, it's going to help you. It's going to help you. Okay, let's keep going. It also shows when you're publishing that you have vision. That if you overcame it, so can they. You are the blueprint. I don't care how many people have been through what you've gone through. They ain't went through it with your same DNA, okay? And so when people see you're published, yet you publish your story, no matter what form you put it in, they think if they can do it, maybe I can do it too. And that's what moves strangers to followers to clients. So I need you today to trust and know that it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter about being perfect, because I'm not being perfect on here. I went live because I want you to see me. I want you to know this ain't no AI. This is fake. Okay. I want you to see me, be close to me, know me, and know that I can teach you how to coach. I can teach you how to do what God called you to do in your lane, in your vision. Okay. You are the proof. Okay. And so trust doesn't come from perfection, it comes from proof. And your story is the proof. Thank y'all so much for your time. Comment, coach, in the comments if you want to continue this journey. I'm going to be coming at y'all with a lot more content. I'm just going to give it away for free because I need y'all to begin to move on what God called you to. And if you want to get closer, join Empower University, okay? Empower University is where I give you step-by-step, I hold your hand, teach you exactly how to birth that coaching program. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all soon.